Next, we are pleased to welcome Ms. Zula Luvsandorj, Head of Energy Export Division at the Deputy Prime Minister's Office, to present on opportunities in Mongolia's energy sector. Ms. Zula is an energy strategist and infrastructure finance expert with over 15 years of global experience. Previously, she served as a project finance advisor at the UK Cabinet Office's Infrastructure and Project Authority. Please welcome Ms. Zula.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Before presenting Mongolia's renewable energy landscape, I would like to highlight an important milestone in our cooperation with international partners. Mongolian energy transition will require significant long-term investment. In October 2025, the government of Mongolia has signed $1 billion framework agreement with European Investment Bank to support Mongolia's energy transition and sustainable infrastructure development. Earlier during Davos, the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, EBRD, also signed agreement with the Deputy Prime Minister's Office to mobilize up to $1 billion to support Mongolia's energy transition and green investment pipeline. These agreements provide strong foundation to mobilize capital into the Mongolia's energy transition. So our focus now is to translate these commitments into concrete projects, both in public and private sector. Majority of those capital will be focused on renewable power generation, grid modernization, and cross-border transmission. Energy storage, green hydrogen, and energy export, energy efficiency is also our main areas. We also engage with a number of international partners such as Asian Development Bank, IFC, World Bank. So this week we also had a very constructive meetings with US EXIM, MIGA, and DFC. We hope to mobilize these partnerships into the constructive and meaningful cooperation. Support of such international partners is very important for Mongolia, not only to attract capital, but also structure the projects that meet international standards through both auctions and private-public partnerships. Let me begin with a very brief overview of current power system. Today, Mongolia's installed capacity generation is around 1.8 gigawatt. The system remains largely dependent on coal-based combined heat and power plants, which currently accounts 80% of the total generation. Renewable energy already represents an important growing part of the system. So we have currently 8 solar power plants and 3 large-scale wind power plants already installed into the system, representing 19% of the total installed capacity. Mongolia's energy system is geographically fragmented with a limited interconnection capacity. So this creates both challenges and opportunities, particularly in the areas of renewable energy expansion, grid modernization, and energy storage. So a bit on demand growth. By 2035, Mongolia will require approximately 1.8 gigawatts of new capacity, meaning the total capacity will be 3.3 by 2035. This is a clear investment opportunity across generation, storage, and infrastructure. We have identified large pipelines of solar and wind projects to support this expansion. A bit on the legal and regulatory framework. I will keep it light here. From the regulatory perspective, Mongolia has been building its energy framework for more than 2 decades. The energy law and the renewable energy has been adopted in 2007, which is introduced the feed-in tariff system along with the international standards. Further, in 2015 and 2019, the improved tariff system has been implemented. So we are now focusing on competitive auctions, improved PPA bankability, and international project finance structures. A bit on the project pipelines now. So looking forward, we have identified the additional 1.8 gigawatt, which will be structured through both auctions and private sector projects in parallel. The red dots are existing solar and wind power plants. The green dots are the planned auction power plants, which will be running throughout the country starting from 2026 throughout the 2030. The country is running now both competitive bidding and in bilateral projects, private sector, private projects to mobilize international investors. So these are, I will also introduce the key auctions in the next slide. So these are the key reform currently underway is the transition into a competitive renewable energy auction. The international partners such as EBRD, ADB, World Bank are working closely to support Mongolia's auction system. So the first one is now already start running is the 100 megawatt IFC wind project, which has been already announced, and I understand the expression of interest is going. Further solar and wind projects also being planned with the EBRD. Also, another 200 megawatt energy storage project is currently under feasibility study by the World Bank. In addition, there will be a large number of battery storage system auctioned throughout 2026, 2027. Mongolia needs a large battery storage system in order to stabilize the grid so that more increased capacity of renewable energy plants can go into the system. So these auction mechanisms are designed to attract the international partners so that the PPA, power purchase agreements, are bankable and scale up the energy transition. There's also ongoing hydropower projects, which is being developed by the public sector. These are very important for the stabilizing the grid and increasing the capacity of energy system. Pump storage as well ongoing. So now one of the key challenges we see today in Mongolia is the gap between project ideas, projects, early stage projects, and investment-ready bankable projects. Many projects exist, but few meet international investment standards. Common challenges include project preparation capacity, commercial structuring, and investor readiness. So in that terms, the auction system is very helpful to make the projects bankable, which we already started. On the private sector bilateral projects, we are now preparing and contemplating this bankability facility, which will start running from this summer to mobilize the more private investors, improving project bankability, strengthening the investment pipeline. So this bankability facility will have key activities in project preparation bankability, investor mobilization, and project finance structuring. The key here is that such project finance bankability structures we also prepare not only for the energy sector, but also broadly into the agriculture and sustainability green finance structures. Thank you. And I look forward to more cooperation. Thank you.